If you're looking for the number one non-stop source for gaming news, you've come to the wrong place. This is the SarcasticGamer.com podcast. Give us 30 minutes and we'll give you whatever it is you're about to hear.
Go. It's 10:09 on Thursday night. That means one and one thing only, and that is it's episode 162 of The Red Show. Hi, everybody. It's Doc from Houston, Texas. Thanks for joining us via the podcast or via the internet video show. This is becoming 2 episodes, or however it is you listen to us or view us or take us in, consume us. Consuming us is good, and we appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Dave is also in Houston, and this year, this show, he seems to be a little more patriotic, a little less rusky. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing all right. I figured, I went all rusky last week. That's why I'm going to American. Got the American flag, wearing my Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers Aaron Rodgers jersey. It's all about America today. America.
Good country, chump football player. And then we have...
what? Super Bowl MVP right here, this jersey.
Every dog has his day, right? Lano is in Chicago.
You don't even like baseball.
That's football, dummy.
Oh, I'm glad you knew that. I was shocked.
Lano's in Chicago, as is indicated by the chair that he sits in. How are you?
I can't believe that when Dave said he was going to do funny things for the show, that it was actually just going to end up being flags of the world on the back of his wall.
Well, actually, this is my only other flag. I'm out of flags. But apparently, according to the people in the Tiny Chat, I should have, it should be like the UN in my room with just rotating flags.
Dave, I've got a bunch of flags from my Coast Guard days that you can come over and raid. Quite a few, actually. So we can even challenge people to figure out what the hell they are, because I don't think you can Google an image. So that ought to be fun.
I think you should tell your wife to stop downloading porn so you stop breaking up after every word, so this show will actually sound okay. Tell her to turn the monkey porn off.
I doubt am I breaking up to you, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. They said
I didn't hear that last part either.
The folks listening say Dave is too loud.
Yeah, Dave is very loud.
Am I very loud? Hold on. I can adjust that. How about now? Am I less loud now?
A little bit less.
Check.
How about now? Am I less now?
All right. I'm going to turn my mic up some then and see if we can do any better. Is that better?
Yeah, you might be cutting out because of the 1 second to whatever that is, it turns off if you're not heard or whatever it is.
All right, so I turned the mic up some. All right, we'll keep rolling here. This is a live show.
Lefty Brown, that is a cheap shot, and I do not appreciate that.
We have we're going to do our
chat.
We're going to do our very best not to acknowledge the chats as we agreed to and get into the show. Not a whole lot happened for me this past week regarding video games. Tons happening with regard to Extra Life. We'll get into that later. The Catherine demo hit. Lano instructed us to play it. I did not have time to. Dave, did you get a chance to play that?
I did play it.
What did you think so far? We'll let Lano go last.
It's like Jenga on acid.
So you're
it's
pulling,
like a what was it? What?
So you're pulling pieces out of something until it collapses?
It's like a puzzle game. You have to try to work your way up through this series of boxes by pushing boxes and pulling them in their little polar bears or whatever they are. It's like really hard to explain. You have to see it.
Yeah, I guess I should have played it. Lano,
Lano, would you like to do a better job explaining it while you're falling asleep?
Can we just touch on the fact that Doc didn't play one goddamn video game the whole week? One! The demo's at 20 minutes long! One game!
How many people do you have in your How many visitors do you have in your house, and how many times did you go with your daughter for stitches this week?
Oh.
No, none. All right, then.
I don't know, Doc. How many times did you hit your kid and make her go get stitches this week?
Oh, well, she deserved it.
So Catherine is an Atlas game. It's a Japanese anime video game, which is not even really correctly describing it. It's more like watching a movie interspersed with mini game levels where, like Dave said, you navigate a puzzle by moving boxes around with a time limit. The time limit is actually the Grim Reaper of Death trying to kill you for some reason. The story is kind of weird. You're dating a girl named Catherine, who's kind of boring and bossy, and then you meet another girl named Catherine with a K, who walks around wearing white lingerie, and you kind of like her, but you're kind of a big pussy, so you just fret and worry about everything. Basically, this video game is for people that don't like video games, but like watching things and doing puzzles.
Gotcha.
I don't know. That's the only way I can describe it.
Interesting.
Very
actually,
weird.
it's not interesting. That doesn't interest me at all.
The puzzle part was slightly interesting. It's very basic, but the controls kind of hampered a lot of it. I don't know. This game is why somebody would buy this and play this. I mean, unless you just really love
crap.
Indecipherable Japanese anime, along with Jenga, then I think that this is going to be your game of the year.
But something had to make you tell us to play this game, though. Something had to make you tell us that. I mean, you texted us, "Oh, you got to play this demo." So is it one of these games that's getting the hype, that it's getting the, it's the too cool for the room kids from the video game blogs are digging it, or what? What is this?
I just figured it'd be something crazy to play, to talk about on the show that we could all play and discuss.
What put it on your radar is what I'm saying. There's 100 pieces of crap that go up on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network every month. What made you want us to play this?
Atlas makes really kind of cool offbeat games, and Catherine seems like one of the weirder ones that they've ever made. And so when it came out on Xbox Live as a demo, I figured, well, let's play this weird thing and see if it's any good. I mean, it has been getting a lot of hype, actually. A lot of people who like to talk about games that people don't hear a lot about and hype the crap out of them, even if they're bad, was talking about this game, and gave it a shot. And I guess I can understand if you like Japanese anime interspersed with puzzles, timed puzzles, then I guess that this is kind of your game. For the 98% of the rest of us, I think that we'll just move on with Warhammer Kill Team, which came out yesterday, and it's fantastic.
Listening?
Yeah.
You guys didn't chance to play Warhammer Kill Team? Well, actually, we played it first at E3. It was at the THQ booth, and it's basically a twin-stick shooter with a melee. You hit A for your melee button for your weapon or whatever, and it's Warhammer. So you play as one of many of the different Bloodraven characters for people that know their Warhammer. You have the librarian. You have the I've got it on right here. You have the different characters. You got the let's see. So you've got the Vanguard, you got a Tech Marine, you got a Stern Guard, which is like a heavy gunner, and basically it's like a I know when I say this, people are going to automatically think this game is not good, but it looks like Too Human, but with a twin-stick shooter. The graphics are actually pretty cool, and it's just like a lot of things running at you at once, and you're killing them and getting power-ups, and then you're upgrading your character, and you can actually play it 2 players. So it's pretty cool. I like it a lot so far.
Right on. Dave,
I actually got to finish Earth Defense Force this week, and it's a pretty solid $40 purchase. If you read some of the reviews, they say you can breeze through it in about 2.5 hours. Yes, you can, but that's if you're playing on normal. If you up it to hard and you're playing co-op, which is kind of the point of the game, is like you keep wanting to level up your guys so you can get weapons and things like that. It takes a hell of a lot longer to beat levels on hard just because of the sheer amount of firepower you have to put into like some of the bigger robots and mechs to take them down. And then there's also, I got a chance to play the survival mode, which is kind of like horde mode from Gears. And it's you and up to 6 of your buddies. You're on basically a little island, and ships and bugs and robots just keep coming at you in waves until you die, basically. It's really a lot of fun, and for $40 you can't beat it.
All right.
Yeah, $40 game right off the bat. So that means in about a month and a half it'll be $10. So that's what you gotta wait for, kids.
Yeah.
If it's Defense Force, I had a chance to play it right here. I put in a solid 10 minutes into it, and
then he went back to League of Legends.
I did, because I just it did not immediately grab me at all. I started playing it, and I was like, "Wow, this is just like the original game, except I am 5 years more well versed in video game lore."
Except blocky worms don't do anything for me anymore.
No, the graphics are definitely upgraded. I was a little annoyed at kind of I don't know. Like you start off in the other game, you started off in like in a big city. This one, you started off in like I don't know. I just found the objectives to be kind of. It just didn't grab me. I had the game. I'll play it some more. I just like I said, I put 10, 15 minutes into it, and I just couldn't get into it anymore.
Dave, is this sacrilege, or is this something you've heard from other people as well?
I believe it or not, there's only a handful of people that I know that actually have played the game. Like I'd say there's. Including Lano, there's 4 people on my friends list that have this game. Like, it's really under the radar. It's an indie game. Again, like I said when I first talked about it, it's not a great game. It's just a really fun game to play. And with 3-player co-op, that adds a lot to it. Like, when you have some buddies to sit around and play with and go run through the levels and, tear up downtown Detroit, it's really fun.
Yeah, I want to try co-op, definitely. I'm definitely going to put some more time into it.
How do you tear up downtown Detroit? That's like, I don't know. It's like killing a dead person. Like what?
Or polishing a turd.
Yeah.
Well, this is new Detroit, actually.
Oh, so like RoboCop Detroit?
Yeah, like.
Wait, so you didn't tell me this was a fantasy world. This is a fantasy world where Detroit is new and pretty.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, interesting. That's like that. You know what? I bet in the same universe, there's like New Detroit and Nice Chicago, like new towns like that. Right?
Oh wow. Wow. Katrina victimless Houston.
Oh. Why? We didn't get Katrina. That was New Orleans.
Newer Jersey. Yeah, it's really nice.
New Jersey.
Yeah. All right, so we've got more to talk about here than just a bug game and Catherine. Have you guys done anything else before we move on to like other business? Have you done anything else video game wise? And it's not allowed to have the word of Legends in it.
Oh, there's a new character out for League of Legends. It's like an expansion pack for it.
Do you have to pay for it?
You have to buy the character. League of Legends is like baseball. You can go on any field and play baseball, but you have to buy your own equipment to play on the field.
So in other words, it's like baseball. It's like pretty much 3.5 hours of just sitting there and occasionally going okay, sit there.
Well, it could be akin to basketball or any game where there's a field. You can go on and play it for free, but if you want nice stuff to play it with, like shoes or the basketball or uniforms, you got to pay for it.
Awesome. So you can play naked for free.
For some reason, I see people getting their shoes stolen and then tied together and up on the power lines.
That only happens in old Detroit, Dave.
All right, whatever.
The midnight train
we'll take it inside the house for a minute here. We want to wish actually just send a big thank you out to our Pink Show crew, Harlequin and Jax and Esmeralda and Quinstar and even Leslie, who helped start the show off. They started a legacy and they wrapped it up very recently with the very last episode of the Pink Show. I know that wasn't easy for them. It wasn't an easy decision. Life happens. We've got moms. We got students. We got all kinds of stuff going on in personal lives. And if you haven't had a chance to check out the last episode of the Pink Show, I recommend doing so. It's definitely worth checking out. If you haven't been back to the Pink Show for a while, sound off. Go listen and sound off and let the ladies know what a great job they did. Over 120 episodes, Dave. How many was it? 128?
Last episode's 114, and it hasn't come out yet.
It hasn't come out yet. Okay,
it'll be out either tonight or tomorrow.
All right, yeah, it hasn't been released. So episode 114. As soon as that comes out, go check that out, and please join me in wishing the ladies a fantastic job well done, and thank you very much for everything you guys have done. Jax, Harley, Esme, Quinstar. You haven't heard the last of them by any stretch of the imagination. I expect something else is going to happen soon, and I'm frankly a little worried about that. But I also want to hit another podcast that has been going strong and wish the Blue Show luck as they continue on forward here in the very near future, as Frawls is leaving the show soon. Right, Dave?
Not yet. The countdown is happening, but who knows when the countdown is going to end. At some point, he's not going to fulfill his requirements and get booted off that show. But actually, he's not going to be on there this week because he had a previous engagement. So Esme will be stepping in to fill his seat. And there's going to be a lot of empty space in that seat.
All right. All right. So moving on to other Sarcastic Gamer business. What else? You guys, Lana, you got something?
No. No. We had the Warp Tour come to Chicago this weekend. I didn't attend. We had some guys filling my shoes, and we put a post about it. They did a great job. Patrick, Dustin, and Ryan, thanks a lot for showing up and kicking some ass. They basically handed out most of the flyers and signed most of the people up that morning while people were in line. For those of you that might want to sign up and volunteer, that's where they were able to capture most of the people's attention while everybody's waiting to get inside the Warp Tour, and they were able to enjoy the rest of their day. So they got all their work done early and kicked a lot of ass, and hopefully sign up a ton of people for Extra Life, where we couldn't be happier.
We still have some holes in the Warp Tour lineup. We still need a few more folks, but people have been stepping up like crazy. We had folks come up out of the woodwork in Boston and across the Midwest and back up the California coast. And Jax, from formerly The Pink Show and our website, is going to be doing 4 dates in a row with her sister as a road trip. So we've had folks step up, but if you want to check out vanswarptour.com/dates and see if the Warp Tour is coming near you, and if you're available that day. If you're over 18 available for that tour, we would love to have you help out in signing up Extra Life participants. Remember, every Extra Life participant on average raises about $200, so it's kind of a big deal when you hear folks report cards back from folks in San Antonio where they signed up over 300 people. It's kind of a big deal. That's a big potential impact here for local kids in the San Antonio area. You can do the same thing for your area, so please check that out. And if you haven't already logged on to extra-life.org, please do so. You can join others in trying to outdo Lano in a friendly way.
Friendliness.
All right. Well, I guess this is where we finish up the show then. Nobody else has anything to add here. We'll be back with you, I guess, next Thursday, next week. If you have
We got one more thing to cover.
Put fucking show topics out before the show starts. There's all kinds of stuff to talk about. We got the MPD stuff that came out. Duke Nukem is number 2 on the MPDs. Inexplicably sold 300,000 effing units. There's all kinds of stuff to talk about.
How often is 300,000 number 2 on anything, and what time of year?
It's in the summertime.
Yeah, video games are down this year. That's how it made it in the top 10. But one of the crazy things is that Black Ops made it number 6. Of course, it's across all 6 of the SKUs that are out for it. But
and they also just put out that new SKU where if you buy Black Ops at the store, you get the First Strike map pack for free with your purchase.
That's right.
It's like, oh, look, you get some DLC with it, so I think I'll go pick it up. And then there's the fact that all those people were trading in their PlayStations and buying copies of Black Ops for a 360.
Yeah.
I think it goes without saying that when the Xbox 360 sells 510,000 units in the month, the same month that the PlayStation Network goes down, I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it had a lot to do with it, and I think that's a huge number, especially for a month when overall video game revenue was down year over year from last year, and the hits just keep on coming with that PlayStation Network debacle. We talked about the hidden costs on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I think you're starting to see really where. I know a lot of the naysayers and the PlayStation, faithful, kind of dismissed all that, but the anecdotal evidence coming from across Europe and all over the United States is that people were trading in the PS3s and buying 360s, and I think the MPD numbers kind of back that up. I think the other weird thing is that the 3DS is still not outselling the DS, and obviously that's a price thing, but at the same time, when you have a brand new piece of hardware that just announced that Netflix is going to be on the 3DS, and people are still buying the older DS model that doesn't play any of the new games that are out for it, I think Nintendo's got a huge problem on its hands. And I think that one of the biggest thing is, I had a chance to really get some hands-on time with the 3DS. I just think it's god-awful. I think that the analog stick is god-awful. The screen doesn't do anything for me. I can play Street Fighter on my iPad, my iPod. I can play it on my 360. I can play it on the PS3. I mean, I don't need to play it on the 3DS. And that's one of the very few games of note that's out for it. And I think now with the Wii U coming out, I think there's no doubt in my mind that Nintendo is on another GameCube crash of epic proportions. And I couldn't be happier.
Well, their big problem is it's like, okay, so here's our new product. They didn't stop selling the old product. You know, they're not trying to push, hey, everyone needs to go get this new thing. Instead, there's like, okay, you can still go get your you can still go just get the DS for, what is it, $100 cheaper, $150 cheaper than the 3DS?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And so it's like, so why would someone go spend more money on that, considering, like you said, there's no games out for it that people have to have, and some people are new to the DS world, and they're going to go back and play the, some of the quote-unquote good games from the DS catalog.
I just think it's really weird that when you have a GameCube that obviously, is just an iteration on an existing model, where it's just another game console, slight upgrade from the previous one, and it didn't sell well, and then they come out with the Wii, which obviously is only a slight upgrade in terms of hardware, but it has this all-new motion control that really kind of, blew up video games in terms of, everybody's expectations of what you should have with your video game system. It caused Microsoft to develop the Kinect, it caused PlayStation or Sony to develop the Move, spend, just an enormous amount of resources on this type of gaming. And then to come out with, marginal upgrades in its most, on the biggest selling product that it's ever had in the DS, is just, it seems like there's people that work for Nintendo that are asleep at the wheel. They don't, how do you not understand that a slight iteration on the best-selling thing you've ever made is not going to cause people to go out and buy the same amounts of it? If I have, I just don't understand where this logic comes in. I guess there's a certain point where they feel that the Nintendo faithful will just continue buying Nintendo bullshit for, ad infinitum. But I think this kind of proves that, it kind of proves the GameCube philosophy true, that when you iterate and you don't innovate, you will stagnate on your regurgitate.
And then you'll be masturbate.
If the glove fits, you must acquit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. People can harp on it, and the numbers every month, it's not selling very well. And for those of you that think that the 3DS is still going to outsell the Vita by double, I'll take those bets. I'll take those bets all day.
If you don't have the games, then you don't have the sales. And I haven't heard of anything that came out on the 3DS that anyone was like, you got to play this game, and that was the only place to play it. 3D is, I think, hold on just 1 second, Dave. I'll yield in a second. I will not take that much time. But if you have a technology like 3D, which is still coming into its own, and that's not even real 3D with the 3DS, it's like sort of 3D, people still don't give a shit. Not enough to buy a whole nother piece of equipment to play a game. There's a phone now that's the first phone that shoots in 3D. Who cares? What are you going to watch it on? Most people don't have anything to watch it on. And what are you going to do, walk around with 3D glasses on the subway so you can see something in 3D on your phone? No, but nobody cares. Nobody cares yet.
I think that's a good point. That 3D, the HTC Evo 3D, that's just, talk about a BS product, man.
If you see somebody wearing 3D glasses on the subway looking at their phone, just keep watching them, because in a few minutes, they're going to run into something or trip into something. It's going to be fantastic. Run your 2D camera on them so that you can get a million hits on YouTube while they watch their 3D video of a puppy licking a popsicle.
Well, if you look at,
you like that, don't you? You right now, you want to go see a puppy lick a popsicle, don't you? You do.
Let me show you my puppy peanut butter trick, guys. It's in 3D. Hold on.
The maple kind?
It's right next to my Maplethorpe photos.
Dave.
Another reference.
Go ahead, Dave.
2 weeks in a row.
Yes. Well, if you look at the games people buy on the 3DS, even the games that are supposedly really good, like Advanced Wars, that's not usually what you see people playing. They're either playing the new Mario for the DS or the new Zelda for the DS, or they're playing one of those little cartridges that has all of the old Nintendo games on it. That's what people play on the DS. Because most of the games, if you go to Best Buy or even just go to Amazon and look at all the games on DS, they're all crap. with the exception of like 1 or 2 non-first party games. Then everything else is like Mario, Zelda, and Metroid. That's all they got. And like that's Nintendo. I think that's going to be Nintendo's downfall because eventually people are going to get tired of playing frickin' Mario games. I mean, when are they going to announce Mario Galaxy?
Don't forget
3?
Pokemon, Dave.
Pokemon.
Sorry, forgot Pokemon, and that comes out once every 2 years.
Speaking of Pokemon, this actually doesn't have much to do with that, but if you guys want to put this right back onto the 3DS, please feel free. But I got a email today from Wizards of the Coast, and they are bringing the Magic the Gathering crew. So now, if you're not into video games for Extra Life, they're going to be encouraging everyone in the world who plays Magic the Gathering to participate in Extra Life by playing Magic the Gathering and their other games.
I hope they don't bring all those people into one room, because otherwise you're going to need lots and lots of deodorant, because I love Magic the Gathering, but when we all congregate, we stink, because we don't shower and we're kind of sweaty fat people, so it tends to create, kind of smelly layers, amongst the bulbousness of our bodies, in between the cracks and crevices where we like to keep our favorite Blue Dijon cards.
Dave, do you see what he's doing here? He's including himself so that he can then say anything he wants about these fine folks who are joining up with Extra Life.
That's a lawyer trick. He'd be like,
You see, I'm a murderer too. So, when I'm see my client over there, I'm a murderer too. So I can just tell you right now that this guy, he's all right. I think you should acquit him. I'm a murderer too.
Look,
That's what I do.
Look, I kill people.
Like, I'm an angry guy. I get angry. I get a little upset. You know what? But I don't go out and kill people like this guy right here. You know what I do? I go in the bathroom, I angry masturbate, and then you know what? I'm good to go. I'm back calm. My level's down. I feel a lot better. I have the endorphins in me. But, I've never killed anybody.
Who hasn't disposed of a body in a dumpster? Raise your hand. That's right. All right. Thank you. All right. We've got...
I feel like we're closer now.
Yeah. We got something in common, you
Angry
and me.
That's called identifying.
This morning, I drank tap water. We're just alike.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I put my hooker in my trunk one leg at a time, just like everybody else. Okay.
I knew that was coming. I don't know how I knew. I just knew that joke was coming, or something like it. It's like Fralls is here. All right. So what else is going on? What else do we have happening, guys? I mean, is there anything else? We've been rolling. You know what? While you guys check your notes, because there are some other things, I'm going to take you behind the scenes, all right? So tonight's show, Lano sends an email like an hour ago or less than an hour ago saying, hey, what are we talking about? Nobody sent out show notes. This is kind of what happens sometimes. It doesn't happen often. We don't have anything going on. So then Lano shows up to the wrong room and gets angry, and it's our fault that he went to a different room than last week. And Dave and I didn't send any show notes to Lano, and I didn't play any video games. I've had family visiting, and the daughter got hurt, and all kinds of stuff going on, and a lot of work to do. So what you're getting is a live show.
You gotta tell him to put some ice on it, Doc.
What you're getting is a live show, unedited. Sometimes we get along. Sometimes we're passive-aggressive. Sometimes we're fully aggressive. This is what happens. This is when you tune in Thursday night, you don't know what you are going to get. And tonight
you're going to get a new flag. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Every week, Dave.
Don't have any more flags. Where am I supposed to... I can't afford new flags every week. Those things ain't cheap.
And our flag budget is capped.
So you crapped out your gimmick. You crapped out your gimmick in 2 weeks?
Seriously? Oh, no. I'm going to start putting posters and stuff behind me. I got posters.
You got posters. Oh, I can't wait to see your Blacklight Black Sabbath poster, Dave. That's fantastic.
Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Although you won't be able to see me in the blacklight in here.
Yeah,
well, you'll see a lot of the stains in the blacklight, that's for sure.
I was trying to talk. I was going to say that. Be like, Dave, why is your chin speckled? I don't get that.
Oh, damn.
Well, your mom came to visit.
Wait. No, it doesn't work that way. No.
Motorboat.
Dirty bit.
But your mom still got her milky goodness.
Right.
And Dave apparently doesn't wash, so that's awesome.
Flavor saver.
Washing is for suckers.
You'll see a lot of streams of white going across the Aaron Rodgers jersey, you know.
that was Dave around
Aaron,
oh yes, touchdown.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Hey, you know what? If that were true, at least Aaron Rodgers could help me finish. Where'd Jay Cutler get you?
That was good.
Yeah.
I don't even follow sports, and that was awesome. All right. All right.
Wait, Doc.
Yeah.
1 minute of uninterrupted airtime.
I don't have anything.
Football lockout. Go.
The football lockout is probably happening, and this is happening for because the owners and the players cannot agree on something. I think we all know what that is, so there's no need in me going into that. But the owners and the players of football games cannot get along, so the owners had the locks changed on all the stadiums. The players cannot get into the stadiums, so the players are playing instead. They're having to play in their backyards. They're having to play in like recreational leagues, and their teams are winning. But it's just really not fair to the recreational league players who didn't do anything to deserve this. So it's on behalf of the recreational league players that I think the owners should issue new keys, get over whatever it is, which we all know what it is, right? That they don't agree on, and then just get over that and let the players back in, so that the recreational league players, the little man, the average Joe, the Bono of the world, can get back out there and be mediocre amongst mediocrity. How was that?
There's a lot of words. I'm actually speechless because I'm frankly, I'm not sure if you were talking about football or you were talking about your sex life. I'm not sure. There was a lot of metaphors there with football and black guys, so I wasn't getting it.
Oh, gosh. I thought that webcam was turned off. All right. Do we have anything
That's
else?
Doc's other tiny chat.
Yeah. That's called Little Less Tiny Chat. All right. What else we got? Anything else before we say goodnight?
We could talk some more League of Legends. I'm down. I'm down to talk about it.
But that
League
would be
of
a
Legends.
monologue, and we don't want to wear you out, Lana. We don't want you to overdo it, doing the monologues that you do.
Might pull a podcasting muscle.
Yeah. We don't need you losing that throat muscle again, like that time with Barry Sanders. We don't know.
With Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders is retired for how long?
Yeah, I think he's even dead, isn't he, or something?
Oddly
Football
enough, he
reference
plays
for
football
Doc.
in New Detroit in Earth Defense Force.
New Detroit.
In the over 50 league.
Well,
Exactly.
I want to send a big thank you out to our 29 member studio audience, which includes the three of us. So the 26 member studio audience that joined us on Tiny Chat for tonight. We are trying to record on Thursday
that
nights.
That proves we have to promote it a little better.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Lano's nodding big, and his post went up what time? I don't think so.
Well, if you would have got your one up, you would have had one this week. So.
No, he did. Yeah, he did.
Lana wrote it. No, this is
Slinging poo like
going
monkeys.
back behind the scenes again. So earlier this week, Dave calls me. He goes, "I need to talk to you and Lana. You guys just start writing." And Dave put up his first post in like 7 months, and he was like, "I got to talk to you guys. You guys are not pulling your weight." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Dude, you put up one post. It's 7 months. It wasn't a
but I'm still
podcast.
editing podcasts. Still editing podcasts.
Not the Red Show."
Well, I have to edit this one because Lano's been cussing up a storm and you cussed him.
Yeah, I
I
cussed
said
him.
one word.
No, dude, you said one word like 6 times.
All right, guys. Well,
That's 6 beeps.
We're gonna get don't fall into Manny Foles' trap. We will talk to you next week. Be sure to tune in next week as we bring back some more overtime. We don't have I don't think the mental energy or the friendness right now to do that, but we will try to bring that for you next week. But I would like to point out to Lano and Dave that this is the most consistent we've ever been on putting out the show. 2 weeks in a
Why
row.
are we doing overtime?
Thursday, 10 o'clock.
That's true. We're here 10 o'clock. We're gonna be here next week at 10 o'clock. So I think a lot of people just didn't believe we were gonna be here at 10 o'clock tonight because we have half the audience that we did last week, or maybe it was just so terrible that people just didn't want to come back.
No, it's
and the
because we
people that
didn't
did come
promote it.
back-
We didn't tell anybody we were doing it. And I had the room locked down on password protect until about 5 minutes before we started. So,
Well, we'll figure this out. We'll keep doing it, and we'll make it better every week. And
I
we'll
mean,
have
not
some more
this
stuff to
week.
talk about next week.
It's not better this week, but next week it'll be better. Oh yeah, I swear to God.
Yes. I'll have poster. There will be poster. I don't know what poster, but there will be a poster behind me. Who knows what poster it'll be?
I'm guessing Reservoir Dogs. I'm guessing Pulp Fiction. I'm guessing a Led Zeppelin Blacklight poster.
I triple dog dare you to make it a big giant picture of Lano's head.
Scarface.
It'll be a Lano stand-up.
Yeah, well, you can get what's it called? The what's the when you had like the athlete sticker on your wall? What's it called?
Fathead.
Fathead.
The Fathead. Yes. Yes. That would be fantastic.
All right, guys. Good night. Thanks for tuning in to the episode 162 of the Red Show. We will. This is going to be on YouTube if you missed part of it. If you didn't join us on time, or if you're listening on the podcast, you want to see what we look like. Over 1,000 people check that out, and I think that might be why we only have 31 in the chat tonight. And then we'll also
we've gone up since we started. Woohoo!
We'll continue to bring you. We'll continue to bring you the audio version of this.
We lost one
through the podcast. So thanks for listening, and good night.